I am Anita Goa and welcome to my channel. This is a yoga routine for those of you who have been practicing yoga for quite some time. At the moment you're pregnant and you want to see if you can keep up your yoga practice the best that you can while growing a human in your belly. I am taking my very dear student Sarah through this routine. She is about 23 weeks in this video. She has been a student of mine for quite some time, a very regular student. So I knew Sarah quite well. We worked on this routine together, and this one felt really good on Sarah's body when she was in the second trimester. So please know that if you go through the routine and it doesn't feel right for you, no big deal. You can try another one of my routines or just try something else. Don't fuss about it. Everyone's body feels different when we're going through a pregnancy. I know that I thought that I would feel one way, but then I felt a completely different way. So it has to be adjusted and designed according to what feels right for you. But if you should really enjoy this, enjoy it. And let me know in the comments how this felt. If it didn't feel right, I would love to hear why. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Give it a thumbs up if you wish, and please subscribe to support the channel. I'll see you on the mat. So we're going to begin in a reclined bound angle position. So Sarah is already in the position, so you form that T shape. So keep one block right where your shoulder blades are and the other block behind your head. You can of course keep your legs bent like this. You can keep your legs extended as well, or just work the soles of your feet together and take a few pillows and place them behind your knees so that your hips can really soften. And there really is no limit to how many pillows you can place behind your knees. What's mostly important here is that you feel that you can relax, and you feel free to play around with the positioning of your arms. You can even open the arms a little bit more to the side if that feels good. Find the cactus arms if that feels good. And you'll get, of course, a deeper stretch into your chest. So just settle in, find your breath, just feel that you're inhaling and exhaling. And just gradually withdraw from the external environment, whatever it is that you've been going through, and see if you can tune yourself into your own internal environment. And just absorb this moment. Let your back body get completely soft and restful. But just maybe feel that little stretch into the abdomen a little bit, into your inner thighs, into your hip flexors and psoas, into the chest. And hopefully this feels like it gives you a little bit more space to breathe. Soften your face and soften your jaw. Soften your eyes. Beautiful. And then gradually, very slowly, start to draw your knees together. And then roll yourself over to your side. Good, so you can just adjust there a little bit on your side. And then push the floor away from you and come all the way up. And we're going to start in a tabletop position. So just come onto all fours. Keep the arms shoulder distance apart. Keep your legs hip distance apart. And then exhale, round it into a cat stretch. Just point your feet, press your shins and the tops of the feet into the floor. And then inhale, arch it into cow, curl the toes under, and press a little bit into your toes. Good, do that again. Exhale, round it into a cat. Feel the shoulder blades separating and wrap the shoulder blades into the armpits. Draw the shoulders up into their sockets, and inhale, arch it into cow. Curl the toes under. Beautiful. One more time. Exhale, round it into cat. And also see if you can feel that, find that huggy feeling, like you're hugging your baby as you're engaging your abdominal muscles. And then inhale, arch it into cow. Good. Then come back into tabletop position. Point your feet. And you can draw your knees maybe a little bit closer together. And then extend the right leg out to hip height. Flex the foot. And as you flex the foot, extend out through the heel. Draw up through the right quadricep. Lift with the right buttocks. And then lift the left arm up. Try to find your balance here as you feel that lifting and huggy feeling through your belly at the same time. Keep breathing. Hold it here for a good 5 breath cycles so that you can stimulate and strengthen all of the muscles in your back body to give support to the front body. And then slowly take a hold of your right ankle with your left hand. And then once you have the ankle, think of lifting yourself up into a half bow pose. Try to lift out of your right shoulder. And you'll feel that stretch into the left shoulder as well. Great. And now Sarah went on to her fingertips. That's beautiful. Great adjustment. And then you can also place your palm onto a block if you'd want to do that. Then slowly, mindfully extend the arm and the leg. And then ground the left palm to the floor. And we're going to go into a modified side plank. Turn your left foot to the side towards the outer edge of the mat. And then ground the right foot to the floor. And root into the outer edge of the foot. And reach the right arm up and over the ear. And feel like you're rolling the navel and the heart up towards the sky. Beautiful. Draw the shoulders down and away. Lovely. Such a good stretch for the side body, and at the same time very opening for the front body. And then very mindfully we'll move into a plank pose. So lower the right palm to the floor, bring the right leg to the side, and mindfully draw up and step back into plank. Hold it there. Exhale, lower the knees into the floor, lower halfway down into a chaturanga. And inhale, push yourself up. Good. Exhale, lower halfway down, shift your weight forward a little bit. And inhale to upward facing dog, or push back up if you don't want to go to upward dog. And then exhale, round it into a cat stretch again. Good. Adjust your arms and your legs. And inhale, arch it into cow. Beautiful. And then exhale, come back into a tabletop position. And we're going to repeat the same sequence on the other side. So you can adjust your legs if you need to, adjust your arms, and extend the left leg out. Flex that left foot, and then lift the right arm up. Hold it there. Find the lift through the belly so that your lower back is supported. Stay here and breathe a good 5 breaths. Strengthening the muscles on this side of your buttocks and the spine. Good. And then slowly see if you can take a hold of your left ankle. Once you have the ankle or the foot, try to lift up and roll open. Good. So even though it's an asymmetrical pose, you want to try to find as much symmetry between the top and the bottom and the sides. Good. Then slowly release out of it, extending the arm and the leg again. And then ground the right palm to the floor and go into that modified side plank. Turn the right foot to the outer edge of the mat. Ground your left foot to the floor. Root to the outer edge of your left foot. Lift the left arm up and over the ear. And keep lifting out of the shoulders. There's so much strength through the arms here too, which is so helpful. Once you have the baby, you need that strength in the arms. We need lots of strength just in general. So this is a wonderfully organic way of building it. All right, slowly lower the left hand to the floor and make your way back into that plank pose. Step it back, inhale, and then exhale it to chaturanga. Just lower as far down as you can, and inhale, push yourself back up. Lovely. One more time, exactly the same way. Lower down or go to upward facing dog. Inhale. Beautiful, Sarah. And now exhale to downward facing dog. Yeah, just shake it loose and spread your fingers. Good. You can keep your knees bent, which Sarah is doing beautifully. Feel the length of your spine. And then feel free to pedal a little bit through your feet if you want to do that. All right, good. You just get into the calves and into the hamstrings. All right, now inhale, lift the right leg to a three-legged dog. And then exhale, you're going to step the right foot to your little finger. Come onto your fingertips, or you can use the blocks and come onto the blocks if you want to. Roll your shoulders open, find that full extension of the spine and your body. Good. And then as you exhale next, start to straighten out the front leg. Feel free to flex the right foot. Good. And then inhale, bend the leg, roll the shoulders open. And do that 2 more times. Exhale, straighten. And inhale, bend. Good. Exhale, straighten. And inhale, bend. Good. Then pivot the left heel in and lift to a warrior 2 as you inhale. Adjust the legs according to how you feel. So try to lift the toes, feel supported through your feet and through your legs. Keep the hips leveled. Line your front knee over the ankle and the second toe. Drop the shoulders down. Good. Then inhale, reverse warrior 2. And exhale, extended side angle. Forearm to the thigh, left arm over the ear. Good. Do that again. Inhale, reverse warrior 2, just flowing between them. And exhale, extended side angle. Beautiful. One more time. Inhale, reverse. And exhale, extended side angle. Good. Now very mindfully, you're going to work your way back to the floor and step it back into plank pose. So use the blocks if you want to or not. And exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, push it back up. Exhale, lower halfway down. And inhale, upward dog, or push it back up. Yogi's choice, mama's choice. And exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Are you feeling hot and strong, Sarah?
Feeling hot.
Nice and hot. So let's repeat this on the other side. Inhale, lift the left leg to three-legged. And exhale, gently step the left foot to your little finger side. So your hands are in between. You can come onto fingertips or go onto blocks or keep your hands on the floor, whatever feels good. Just find that full extension. And on your next exhalation, start to straighten out the front leg. Good. And then inhale, bend, roll it open. 2 more times. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Last one. Exhale, straighten. Good. And inhale, bend. Then exhale, pivot the right heel in. And inhale, lift it up to a warrior two. And again, just make your adjustments. Feel like you have a strong stance, support, level off the hips, try to lift the toes, line that front knee over the ankle and the second toe. Drop the shoulders down. Good. Then inhale, reverse warrior two. And exhale, extended side angle. Good. Inhale, reverse warrior two. And exhale, extended side angle. Good. One more time. Inhale, reverse. And exhale, extended side angle. Good. Then inhale, make your way to the floor into a plank pose. Take your time. And exhale it to a chaturanga. One more time of these. Lower halfway down. And inhale, push yourself back up. Just do as many as you can. Lower halfway down. Inhale to upward dog or push your way back up. So just do what you feel you can support and exhale to downward facing dog. So good. And just lower the knees into the floor for child's pose. So separate the knees, keep the feet together. You can keep your arms extended out over your head, rest your forehead onto the floor or onto a block. If you want to give your arms a little bit more of a rest, you can always rest the arms to the side of your body. And you'll notice that it has a different feeling to it. It's been a lot on the arms, it's been a lot on the legs. So we'll just give them a little breather before we carry on. Just a few more standing poses here. Fill up your back body with breath. Yeah, good breathing, Sarah. And then slowly work your way back into downward facing dog again. Good. And now we're going to inhale, lift the right leg again to three-legged dog. And then exhale, step the foot forward to the little toe side again. And from here, you're going to lift yourself up into a crescent lunge. So feel free to use the blocks to help you along to come all the way up. So Sarah was not in need of that right now. But if you are, use the blocks, they are your tools. Then keep the right knee lined over the ankle and the second toe. And then bring the arms down and behind your back and interlace your fingers. Left on top of the right. Then pin the shoulder blades together, lift your chest and roll your shoulders open. So a wonderful stretch for the chest, for the front of the shoulders. And also now as you hold this position, stay with your breath and let your thighs and your legs just soak up this strength. Good. One more. Beautiful. Then inhale the arms to the ceiling. And exhale it back down to the floor. Inhale to plank pose. And just exhale to downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, lift your left leg to three-legged. And exhale, step the left foot forward to the outside. And then inhale, gradually lift up into a crescent lunge. And just settle yourself in here. Line that left knee over the ankle and the second toe. Lift through the breastbone. Feel the support through your belly. And then bring the arms down and behind your back, right index finger on top of the left. Pin the shoulder blades together, stretch the arms away, and roll your shoulders open. So good. And let the legs just support this movement so that they can strengthen. Feel the strength building up in them. So that is your foundation to support the belly and the rest of the body. Good. Then inhale the arms back up. And then exhale, lower the hands to the floor on the inside of your foot. And take a little dip down and step the right foot forward. So open up wide. Inhale halfway. And exhale, fold. Good. One more time. Inhale halfway. And then slowly start to bend the knees for low Indian squat or low malasana. Bring the legs as wide as you need them to be. Yeah, press your elbows against your shins and lift your chest, roll your shoulders open. So squatting is so helpful. Just allow the energy just to basically drop down a little bit. Breathe into your hips, breathe into your lower back. This can become a great labor pose as well. Excellent. And now we're going to try some crow pose. Now, crow pose might not feel right for you at this stage. I know that Sarah loves to do crow pose. It's still fun to do and it feels okay. So she's going to try to do it. Now, you do whatever feels right for you. If you don't want to do crow, just remain in low Indian or malasana. So shall we try? Yeah, let's try it. That's what it's about. It's just trying. Whether you find the balance or not is, we're not so attached to that, but it's just a practice. Just have fun with it. So ground the palms to the floor. Lift your hips and just assume your position and see what happens. Breathe with it. Beautiful. Lovely. And release the feet to the floor. Excellent. Then inhale, halfway pose. It happened. She's flying. And exhale, fold it over. Good. Inhale, rise it all the way to the top. And exhale, namaste. Good. You feel okay? Yeah, moving beautifully. Really good. So now we're going to the front of the mat and into, just right to the front, into eagle pose. And from eagle pose, we're going to go into a half moon pose. So make sure that you have a block next to you. So bend the knees, inhale to fierce pose. Keep the legs as wide as you need to. Your arms can be extended. You can also bend the elbows into cactus arms if that feels better. And then slowly lift the right leg and cross the right knee on top of the left. Really squeeze the thighs together, double cross if you can. And cross the left elbow on top of the right, wrap the arms together. Then lift the elbows and drop the shoulders down. And stay here and breathe. Of course, if you can lean forward a little bit, you can lean forward. You might not have as much space to lean forward as you had before. All right, but just make sure that you're making space. Just holding this position will strengthen your legs and also open up tension in the shoulders and the hips. Good. Now mindfully inhale, we're going to fly out of it, reaching the arms up and draw the knee up towards the ceiling and slowly start to open up sideways for that half moon pose. So we have a block there that you can place your hand on. You can keep looking down and keep the right leg very active, like you're pressing up against the wall. And reach the leg up towards the ceiling and feel that huggy feeling through your belly to open and lift. Good. Then mindfully step it into a warrior two as you exhale. Bend the front leg. Yeah. Get your bearings as you lift up. Level off your shoulders. Drop the shoulders. Inhale and straighten out the left leg. And exhale it into triangle pose. Slide the left arm down, reach the right arm up. You can look up, you can look to the side, or you can look down. Good. If you want to add on an arm variation, turn your palm to face back, bend in the elbow, and work your fingers towards the inside of your left thigh. Roll your shoulder open. You might need to change your head position here, so you might want to look down and to the side, especially if your shoulders feel tight. Good. Then extended side angle, bend the knee. Keep the forearm to the thigh or palm onto a block and reach the right arm over the right ear. Exactly, so we get that extra side bending stretch. It always feels so good. Good breathing. All right, then mindfully come into that low lunge, lower the hands to the inside of your foot, pivot that right heel in and step the right foot forward again to that wide stance. Inhale halfway, exhale and fold. Drop the head, just shake it loose, flutter your lips if you need to, if you like it and you want to. And then inhale, rise all the way to the top. And exhale, namaste. Yeah, so far so good. So we only have one more sequence and then we're at the top of the mountain. So let's repeat it on the other side. So adjust yourself for fierce pose. Bend the knees, adjust the arms according to how you feel, and then gradually lift the left leg, cross that left knee on top of the right, double cross if you can, right elbow on top of the left, wrap the arms together, lift your elbows and drop your shoulders down. Yeah, feel like you're lifting your rib cage a bit out of your hips and you can exhale and hinge it forward if there is space. If there's no space, there's a reason for that. Good. Soften the shoulders, soften the hips. Lovely. Then inhale, fly out of it, arms to the ceiling, knee towards the chest or lifting up towards the ceiling, and start to open up sideways for half moon. Keep that back leg very active. Roll it open as much as you can. Look down, look to the side, or look up. Wherever your balance, wherever your focus takes you. Beautiful. Then gently step it back to a warrior two. Take your time. Once you're in the warrior two, settle yourself in. Good. Then inhale, straighten out the right leg. And exhale it into triangle pose. Pin the shoulder blades together. Look up, look to the side, or look down. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Then you can turn your palm back and do that same arm variation that you did on the other side. You know, this is completely optional. Roll the shoulder open. The only thing is that when you add on that arm variation, you might notice that you're tighter in your neck and in your shoulder than what you thought. So then just adjust the head, so adjust looking down to the side or up, whatever, you know, feels better. And wherever you're able to breathe your deepest breath is always a good place to be. Good. And now bend the leg, extended side angle. Reach the arm over the ear. Excellent. So good. And then again, mindfully lower the hands to the floor, come into that low lunge position, and step the left foot forward again to the outside of the hand. Inhale halfway, and exhale, fold. Inhale, rise it to the top, and exhale, namaste. So good. So we're going to work our way down into the floor for a bridge pose and just a few closing out poses. So however you want to get to the floor, Sarah, you can lower yourself down. Don't have to be in a fancy way at all. Yeah, good. And then slowly go on to the floor and we'll do a bridge pose. Sarah still finds this pose to be comfortable, right? Yeah? So move your heels a little bit closer in. All right, draw your tailbone under and gradually start to lift your pelvis and roll your spine off the floor. And once your pelvis is as high as it can go and there's some space between the shoulder blades and the floor, then draw the shoulder blades together and interlace your fingers. Stretch the arms away. Beautiful. So just continuing that back bending, stretching of opening up the chest and the shoulders, opening up the quads and the hip flexors or the psoas, so that you can maintain your alignment and let your back body muscles support the front body muscles, which are now being very much stretched and pulling you forward. So super helpful to do this, but not for too much longer. Then separate the arms and the shoulder blades and gradually roll yourself down. Let the knees come together, feet apart. Just let the spine settle in a bit. Good. And then slowly you're going to turn yourself to the side and come up to a seated position. Excellent. And push the floor away from you. So now you're going to sit on the side and we're going to do a little side bending stretch and twist. So your hips will not be leveled off here, but just make sure that you feel as leveled as possible. Take a hold of your ankle, roll it open to the side and reach the second arm up. Bend the elbow and support your head, and then very mindfully start to bend it to the side. So for Sarah, she's bending over to her right, and for you, if this is your mirror image, this is left for you. It gets a bit tricky on camera. And you'll feel that stretch all the way down into your hip, through the side of your spine, even up into the shoulder and chest and tricep. It's a very supportive, nice back bend. Side lateral bend and twist. Good. And then slowly come out of it. Excellent. And then just use your hands, lean forward a little bit to lift up and shift over to the other side. Take a hold of the ankle, sit up tall and rotate open. Reach the arm, bend the elbows, support your head, and start to bend it to the side. So for Sarah, she's bending to the left. For you, if you're the mirror image, you're bending to the right. Breathe in, breathe out. Yeah, so good. And last one. Good, and slowly start to come up. Ooh, feel good?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Really good.
Good. So last one here is going to be a wide angle forward bend. And we can use the bolster in front of you. So you open your legs out wide. Good. And then you gradually descend it forward. If you feel that that's, you know, okay for you, you can build this up to as high as you want it to be. How is that? Is it high enough?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
Now, if you feel that that is, you know, too uncomfortable for you to keep both legs extended, you can always bend one leg in and gradually bend forward, you know, into the center of your body. But you would have to do that twice then. Good. Full breath in, full breath out. Okay, so now that all of your back body muscles have been used so much in a good way, you know, really contracted and strengthening, like I said, to support the front. Now see if you can draw your breath into your back body. Exhale and inhale, and just release any tension, any tightness that you might feel. But just so that your muscles can find some balance. So they're strong and supportive, but not too tense and not too tight. So you can visualize yourself filling up your back body, filling it up like a balloon, and then emptying, exhaling, deflating the balloon. Beautiful. And then slowly start to come up. Yeah. And then Savasana. So for Savasana, you can use the block and go into an inclined position, like I know you like to do in class. And we'll prop you up here as well, so you can always use pillows or you can use the blocks. Move your pelvis a little bit further back towards the bolster. Exactly. How does that feel? Nice, delicious. Yeah, well, there's nothing better than a delicious feeling. So put yourself in a position that feels comfortable to you. For the Anjali flow, we had a little bit of a different Shavasana position. We lied on the side, so you have that readily available to you as well. And it might change on a daily basis. The key here for Shavasana is that you feel comfortable, that it is a position where you feel you can breathe very naturally, where you can soften, where you can restore, where you can allow the practice to come together in whichever way is needed for you in this moment. And there really isn't a goal per se. It really is just to create space and to learn and to practice to put yourself in a position where you can fully breathe. so that when you really need to nurture yourself and take some time out, that you know that you can create that space for yourself. And that's a little bit easier to do now that the baby is not here yet, but once the baby comes, that might seem like it's a little bit more challenging. But I know that it will be in your cells, it will be in your mind, and you will draw into your practice, even if it is for 2 minutes or 5 minutes. But then again, the mama role is one of the biggest practices, yoga practices of them all. Of course, stay longer if you want to stay longer. If you're ready to come out of it, very gradually wiggle your toes and wiggle your fingers. You can stretch your arms over your head and take a deep inhale. And exhale, bring the arms forward. Good, and just roll over to your side again, just gently. And then push the floor away from you and come all the way up to a seated cross-legged position. Just sit up tall with your eyes closed. Rest your hands on your thighs and just let your spine settle. So very gradually drawing back to the external environment from your internal environment. And I hope that you had a nice journey there, that it felt supportive, it felt strengthening, and that you can carry this with you throughout the rest of your day into whatever it is that you need to do in your flow off of the mat. Palms together in Namaste. Bow down into the highest within you. Thank you so much for practicing with me. And lift your chin. Open your eyes and just touch the belly and say thank you so much to the baby for following along, for cooperating. Great, thank you.